Hey guys, it's Aaron from American Runabouts, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through how to clean and restore old and dirty teakwood. It's one of those things that if it's well looked after, it can look beautiful and serve you well for many years, but if not, I mean, you know, you start to see this moss growing on there, and it just doesn't look very nice, and it's just dirty and stained and everything. But that's fine because we can completely fix that. What we're going to be using is just some regular laundry detergent. Then we're just going to be using one of these scrubbing pads. A nylon scrubbing brush would be ideal. I don't have one at home right now, so what I've also got is an old toothbrush. Then what we've got is just some 120 and 240 grit sandpaper. Then once we're all done and ready, the last step is the teak oil. Now that's the wonderful step where you really bring out the natural beauty of the wood. It's a lovely wood, and so yeah, we really want to bring it back up and make it look as good as possible for the customer. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. I've just got some laundry detergent with some lukewarm water mixed in here. Forgot to mention in the last part, you can also get specific teakwood cleaner, which is made for this. That's a great option, just costs a little bit more. For most instances, the laundry detergent works completely fine. Let's get into it. Okay, now you can actually already see with just a little bit of work, this is already looking way, way, way better, especially when you compare it to the part that hasn't been cleaned at all yet. I mean, that's just from the tiniest bit of work so far, so yeah, let's keep going. Alrighty guys, so that's the first one scrubbed and clean now. We're really happy with how that comes out. Let's just rinse that off with just regular fresh water. Then towel dry it, and then we're going to get it outside to air dry for 12 to 36 hours. Okay, and we're back outside. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the 120 grit sandpaper, and we're just going to start taking off this old dead layer of wood here. Okay, so here we are. The first piece has been done with the 120 grit sandpaper. So the next step that we move on to is the 240 grit, and this is just going to give us that super smooth, nice finish so that it's ready for the teak oil. Something I forgot to mention before as well is just when you're sanding it, just be sure that you're sanding with the grain, not against it. Reason for that is if you're sanding against it, you're going to scar the wood, and it's just going to leave a bad finish and just unnecessary damage. Okay, so we're done with the 240 grit sanding now. Really happy with how that looks and feels. Feels beautiful. So what we want to do now is just grab some paper towel or an old rag or a tack cloth or something like that, and we're just going to wipe down the surface of the teakwood just to try and pick up any of that wood dust residue that's in the actual wood fibers. Okay, as you can see, a fair bit came off. So for the final part, it's time to apply the teak oil. This is the nice part. This is when we get to see all of the good work that our time and effort is put in. If you're doing this somewhere you don't want to get teak oil stains, it does stain pretty bad. So make sure that you put something down just to protect your surface. Also, probably not a bad idea to take some rubber gloves and put them on. Here's some teak oil, which I've just poured into this cut-off water bottle. Works perfectly. And then for the application itself, what I would honestly recommend is you just take an old rag or cloth and apply it with that. You just want to make sure that you wipe off all of the residue that's left on there. So now just take the rag and let's apply the teak oil. Okay, so this is the results after the first application. Really, really happy with how that comes out. What we're going to do now is just let that soak in a little bit, and then we'll apply the second application and probably a third one after that. I'll show you the results once it's all finished. And so here it is, back installed on the boat. The lighting isn't so great in here, but yeah, very happy with how it came out, and the customer is also very happy, and that's the important thing.